Morning, guys. Welcome to Saturday question and answer. And boy, I'll tell you what, do we have a big time one for us this morning. So, guys, I have been asked this question. I can't even count the number of times in the last week in the comments that I have seen this question, and boy, are we going to answer it. And I'm going to show you some stuff that I think is literally going to take the scales off your eyes. You're going to see something that most of you, or at least those that are asking this question, are absolutely not seeing. And guys, this is the question. Why is everything else pumping and XRP is doing nothing? Why isn't XRP pumping with the rest of the market? Well, guys, I'm going to tell you what. There's an old saying in this space, and you need to know this one big time. When in doubt, zoom out. Guys, I want to show you something right here. Now, you just take a look at this chart. This is from CoinMarketCap. It's going to show you, from Bitcoin all the way down in terms of market cap and this and that. Now, guys, I want to point something out. Look at the 30-day percentage gains on this chart right here. What are you seeing there, guys? Well, I'll tell you what you're seeing. You're seeing XRP percentage gains over the last 30 days for the top 5 in market cap being the number 1 in percentage gains. This whole narrative that why is XRP not pumping when everything else is absolute hogwash. And it's guys out there that are throwing this fear, uncertainty, and doubt around. And guys, it is not what's really going on. Too many people get this, and it's true. I'll tell you what. Too many people are out there and they're looking at such a narrow view. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you something from a basically a definition point of view, if you want it. That is not being an investor. That may be a trader. Hey, if you're a day trader or you're maybe trading hour by hour and things like that, oh, wow, you're going to look at all these little narrow views. But investors are not doing that. I can tell you that right now. And most investors are in it for a much longer haul, and they look at the absolute long-term overtime gains that their dollars are earning. And XRP right now is in fact higher than what Bitcoin and Ethereum are for the last 30 days in terms of, percentage gains. And on top of that, you zoom out even further and you go out to the year and you see what XRP has done. Well, XRP has certainly outperformed Ethereum by far and is not very far behind Bitcoin for the last year. Now, that's what's really going on. But what's the narrative out there? Oh my goodness, everything else is pumping, and we're losing out on so much. Boy, if I just had my money in this and that, I'm telling you guys, no, you wouldn't. You know how I know that? Because the same people making that comments are really showing their immaturity as investors. Because an investor is not looking at the small picture. An investor is looking at the big picture. An investor is looking at what are the fundamentals down the road here. It's not about the hour by hour, moment by moment price action. And guys, I'm going to tell you something too. There are a lot of folks in this space that are literally looking at their phone multiple times a day to see what the price has done. And I'm going to tell you something. Those are the same people that are getting addicted to doing that are literally going to be the ones when they see the price go absolutely wild, and it will soar. They are not going to sell. Do you know how I know that's a fact? Because, guys, I was there. I literally was there. A lot of people say, oh, well, I'll definitely sell. No, you will not. You won't. Because why? You are too emotionally tied into it. That's why. And what ends up happening when you see those prices move like that, do you realize more people FOMO staying in than are FOMOing getting in? That's right. Why? Because they're afraid of missing out on that next gain. I literally know people personally that saw 7 figures in their portfolio, the value of their portfolio in that last bull run, that literally rode it all the way up. And get this, guys, rode it all the way back down without even taking a dime of profit. And you know what happens is this: you ride it all the way up, you're on cloud 9, you're just It is on steroids, your emotions and stuff like that. And you get up there. And then, of course, hey, you're thinking, wow, it's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. I can't sell now because if I sell now, I'm going to miss out on what's coming. And then all of a sudden, one day, bang, the whole thing drops 30 or 40%. And you're thinking, well, gee, just last week, my portfolio is worth $1 million. You know, how is it possible that could only be worth, you know, 600,000 now? And it's so psychologically hard to even digest it. Then what happens? Well, it's going to come back. Yeah, it's going to come back. I'm just going to give it a little bit more time. Then all of a sudden, boom, down it goes again. Portfolio's now only worth 400,000. Boom, down, 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 down. Until, guys, they literally stay around until it's at least when they got in, and in some cases even drops lower than when they started. So many people have done that. Do not kid yourself. I personally know people that happened to. In fact, I know somebody, get this, that put less than $1,000 into Shiba Inu. Watch the price of it go the value of that investment to go well over $75,000, did not even take any profit, and it just dropped. It literally plummeted all the way down, and it's way back to where it was. I'm telling you guys, this happens every single cycle, and most of these big time players in this space, they know it, and boy, are they ever playing on people's emotions. This whole narrative that everything else is pumping while XRP is not pumping is total hogwash. Now I want to show you another chart here. Now what this is XRP on the monthly time frame. Every one of these, you know, candle bodies here equals 1 month of time. Well, you look at all the many months over in here where XRP was literally just tinkering along doing nothing. And what's happened in the last couple months, guys? It has literally exploded in comparison to what's happened well over the last year plus. And guys, don't kid yourself. XRP is going to come out on top of this thing like no tomorrow. In the last bull run, do you realize XRP did a 140,000% gain from 1 year to the next? Most of that happened, guys, by the way, for all of these, you know, assets in this digital asset space. Most of the major pumping happened within a 3 to 4 week time frame. That's how it goes down. And this is why it is so vitally important that you get your plan, that you have some financial coaching backing you up. Because I'll tell you what, guys, a lot of people think, you know, financial coaching is financial advice, and it is absolutely not. What financial coaching is, and by the way, go Google it. Google the difference between a financial advisor and a financial coach, and you're going to find out there is a humongous difference. What it does, it literally prepares you psychologically and gets you ready so that you can win in the game. It's just like having a coach for any kind of a sport. You know, the biggest factors when it comes to sports and things like that you have to overcome in this space is the psychology of it. And you think about that. You think about, you know, an Olympic athlete, they're training 4 years for one shot. And I'll tell you what, when they're going through that, do you think most of the training is just their body and their diet and stuff like that? Absolutely, it's not. Do you know what the biggest part of that training is? Can they see themselves up on that podium? Can they literally see themselves winning and being at that prize? Because guys, if they can't see it, they probably won't see it. It probably won't happen. If they can't see it, it probably won't happen. And sports psychology has proven this time and time again, over and over and over. And it's the same kind of thing. You got to be able to be in the right mental space. And that's what financial coaching provides to you. It provides to you that kind of mental way of thinking, and to be prepared and to execute a plan and to literally see yourself succeed in that plan. And a lot of times people are totally missing it. They just think, oh yeah, when it's high, I'll sell. No, you will not. I know it because I have been there. And this is why you got to get out of this mindset where, oh my goodness, and people literally crying. And guys, I can read in the comments, and from reading in the comments, I can literally show you who's going to make it and who's probably not going to make it because of the way the comments are written and the emotions that are attached to those comments. and things like that. This is a big question, but why I feel is so important to answer this question is to give you perspective. Look, I want to see you succeed. I genuinely do. Judy and I, we pour our hearts into this, and we literally pray for you guys to see the success that you're desiring to see. We care about this community. Absolutely care about it. Do you know, we get a lot of criticism, or at least I have it. People say, oh my goodness, you're out there charging what, $250 for, an hour. In fact, it usually works out to well over more than an hour. Do you realize in this space, because we have priced it out, there are people in this space, and I'm not going to name them, but you can go find this out, that are charging more than $1,000 for just 1 hour of their time. And they are not even giving you the nuggets that we're trying to actually get out there and give to you. You got to have some skin in the game. But listen, I'll tell you what, you don't want to, kind of like invest in yourself. That's what I would say. Number one, invest in yourself. And this is not a plug for my financial coaching that we do on this channel. And for those of you that have actually taken it, you feel free. Go put your comments in there of what you got out of it. I'll tell you what. But it's just to show the importance of getting yourself in that right headspace. And it doesn't matter. You can, whoever you go to, I would just encourage you, do it. Do it for yourself, because I can see right now how many people are getting totally fudded out and missing the big picture. Because guys, the proof is in the pudding. There you have the facts right in front of you. Is XRP pumping right along with the other top major 5? Yeah, there are some definite outliers, guys. Chainlink, great outlier. Solana, doing absolutely fantastic. But do you know what those are? Those are front runners. And they show us where this market could potentially go when those dollars start to translate into other projects. That's what that's showing us. And I've been here to see it. Other people that have been in this space and have the maturity of time on their side and have seen it for themselves, they know what they're in for. Most folks that are in this space right now have gotten into it, like the ones that have stayed around. Well, they've been around for a while. But do you know the majority of people that are in it right now and are putting these comments down have probably been into this space less than 6 months, some of them maybe just 1 year and stuff like that, and have never truly lived through an absolute bull run. Now, ask yourself this. Do you want to, follow the advice and opinions and things like that from folks that have never, ever experienced a life-changing event from going through a bull run in this digital asset space? Or would you rather, follow the people that follow the money? And absolutely, like I say, we don't follow their advice. We follow their behavior. We follow the behavior of these whales. And I'm telling you, it takes discipline. Now, having said that, I'll say this. Everybody starts off where that is. Everyone starts into this space emotional. That's a fact. And it's not a criticism. It's just a reality. And you mature in this space just like you matured in everything else in your life. You do. You mature in this space. Now, I've used this example, but I'm going to use it again because it's a really powerful one to kind of get the mental mindset of it. I remember I was going through my divorce there, and a buddy of mine, he had brought me over this fax machine. And I was thinking, what on earth am I going to do with a fax machine? So I took it down to a local pawn shop. I pawned it off, came home with a Yamaha guitar because I thought, hey, that's going to be a great distraction, da-da-da-da-da, and on and on and on. I always wanted to learn. There I was. Every time I would put my fingers onto the strings, I'd have to look where I was putting them, because, of course, I didn't know yet. And I'm looking. Well, they just got sore and sore and sore from pressing on the string. They literally cracked and developed like a callus. And it was, and eventually, it hardened up, and I'd still be having to look. And I thought to myself, I am never going to learn how to play this thing. But I stuck with it. One day, I kid you not, I picked up that guitar. I'm looking where to put my fingers. Bam, they went right where they needed to go. And it's like a light bulb, boom, went off in my mind. I realized a very powerful life lesson, at least for me, that's for sure. Whenever we want to do something in life and bring change and this and that, hey, there might be some pain involved, right? But if you can stick with it long enough, it can become effortless. And that is called self-discipline. Guys, you can absolutely win at this game, but you got to be willing to go through the pain and the discipline to get there. And when you get there, I'm going to tell you what, none of this FUD, none of this emotional stuff is going to shake you out. You're not going to be literally tied to your phone every day looking at the price of this stuff, multiple times a day and things like that. You're going to know what you hold. You're going to understand the disciplines of researching it so that you can really build build up your own confidence, and then you're going to be able to wait it out, and you're going to have a strategic plan so that when it is time to exit, you're going to take it and it's going to change your life forever. And that is the benefit of having a solid coaching program in your life. And I'm going to tell you what, people are throwing thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars into this space, never having invested in anything else in their life. Judy and I were like that. Look, we were savers. We were savers. We were not investors. And yet we fell into one of the most volatile spaces there ever were. And by God's grace and some heavy duty lessons that we had to learn, where we were literally taken for thousands and thousands of dollars, we learned from those mistakes and we stuck through it and we went through the pain. And I'll tell you what, it really became a great blessing in our life. And guys, I hope that you're going to get a major amount of benefit out of today's question and answer, because that question, you read the comments for yourself, is coming up a lot. Why isn't XRP pumping when everything else isn't? You're telling me it's not pumping when it has higher percentage gains in the last 30 days than even Bitcoin and Ethereum, and over the last year is literally doing better gains than what Ethereum has done in the last year, and on and on and on. Guys, when in doubt, zoom out, and you will find out that it's not as dark of a picture as you might think. And I sure hope that that blesses you. Now, tomorrow, hey, we got our Sugar on Sunday. And boy, I'll tell you what, we're going to have some amazing nuggets of truth for you in there. But I really want to get this out there just so I can give people some positive perspective of what, that's why I am so positive. Hey, what do you want me to come out here and just be negative Nancy and all that? There's enough people out there throwing enough, dirt and FUD and everything onto XRP. You got to have a few little cheerleaders. And guys, it did change our lives. And so that's why I can come out and be so positive and share it to you from our hearts, really from our hearts. Anyway, guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your Saturday. And until tomorrow, have a great one and take care.